Alright, going to do a curse seed here from the main Monster Train subreddit. I did just do another one from this user, but I don't know if the recording will go up. It wasn't too interesting. Like, it was kind of a case of, most players just don't know how to play Hellhorned. It was actually not too bad of a seed. This one, though, already looks like it could be harder. It's not a very good combo, in my opinion. So we could have a doozy on our hands. Well, we got some defense at least. The engraft could be okay if we end up with a Awoken Hollow, I suppose. Serve the Patient fell. We also have Hallowed Drippings, which could be good for a Paraffin Enforcer. I guess we go Bristling. I mean, technically this deck is pretty good for Explosive, but Explosive is not really viable in this combo for Divinity. It's totally fine for the base game. I actually just completed a pretty crazy one of those authored, or not authored, but like mutator challenges on non-DLC, and it was carried by Explosive Sentient. I mean, especially with the Scourge fill, I think we'll just take the spikes. Would have been nice to get Cultivating, though. Votive Key. That's a tough one to take, and so is Winged Indulgence. Is it really that tough? It's only tough for like Ring 2 Scourge Shuffler. It just makes it so I can't kill them. Actually, it could make the Scourge Shufflers unable to die. So I think I kind of don't want either of these. I could probably take the Votive Key. It would allow me to take a Giraffe and put it into a Paraffin Enforcer or a Wickless Baron. Mark of Invasion's fine. We can we should be able to heal back. I mean, I'm good into Relentless with the double whatchamacallit. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, the double this will definitely make it so I live, but we will leak a bit, almost certainly. But at least they don't do too much damage. Fortunately, they one short there of, not poning me. See, we're kind of like a draw downgrade right now is the problem with the Votive Key. But what are you going to do? Skip? Probably not. Glimmer seems a bit unnecessary given that we got Spike Sentient and we got a lot of heals for it. Detonation seems unnecessary given that we're going to be regenning quite a lot. Eventually it could be good, but it doesn't do anything for me right now. I think we just take this low value card, but it's better than nothing. May have to do Wicklash here instead of Purifying Cleanse. If I don't find any like scaling, if I don't find a Paraffin Enforcer or Razor Sharp Edge, or hell, even a Wickless Baron, then we're gonna have issues. Take the Lady of the House, I guess, but this is not great. Do I take that money? Kinda doubt it. Try for multi here. Nothing. Give her some health for now. Do I take money? Sure. I think I'm going to get rid of a few stewards just to hopefully not kill my draw so often. It is like relatively cursed so far, I will say that. I need the unit draft, so we have to do this. Now, I could endless my dude and put him down at the very bottom. That's not too bad. We probably want that to be endless. We can just do this. Put that there. We're just going to keep making this one endless. Okay, that burns out. Good. And it's a kill, so we don't have to worry. But I could have put, you know, my Sentient Spike up each floor. So, Votive Key a positive in that fight for sure. Very easy take there. Things are coming together. Now, I don't know that I take the Purifying Cleanse here. We have a unit draft, but it's a Woken Banner, and then that Remnant Banner is a pretty bad node. This is not a great artifact combo, and it's opposite of super good node here. I'm almost certainly not going here. We will be going left here if we don't hit on the unit draft. The only reason to take this right now is if we get Paraffin Enforcer. Otherwise, Dripfall's looking alright, given that it's Patient, and that's going to be maybe our only answer to Patient. It's also decent into this if I can't kill all of them. Alright, we do get the Paraffin Enforcer. Is it better than a Shattered Shell now that I have a Razor Sharp Edge, though? And the Wicklash isn't that risky to play. I could always put the Lady of the House into the Shattered Shell. But almost certainly it's just Paraffin Enforcer. Now I wish I took the Purifying Cleanse, but you know what? It's not that big a deal. So if we go to the right, it's Multi-Strike or Bust. If I go to the left, so there's no chance of draft anymore. Worst comes to worst, I can always put Lady of the House into Paraffin Enforcer. Might be better to do it the other way, though. Paraffin Enforcer into Lady of the House. Because I think we gotta try here for multi. If we don't get multi, we're looking for at least quick. If I get quick, it's not necessarily what I want into the Patient, but the idea is we got these Hell Vents. I will just fuse the units together here and cry if I find an Animus of Will here, but I think that will typically be good enough. I take a pip upgrade first because we're going to have 2 immediate Hell Vents. I can endless. The only thing I'm wondering is, like, am I going to have enough Burnout Extension to do that play? I only have the 1 Wicklash, and then these 2 will consume. It could be a bit risky. If I go left, I might be able to just get a holdover on the Wicklash, and or a Consume Remove or a double stack on the Hallowed Drippings. If I do that, here's the problem. Even as I think about this, the Animus of, let's say I find an Animus of Will to get Multi-Strike onto the Paraffin Enforcer. Is that even that good? Because I would have to Wicklash it. You know, I have to hit these Hell Vents. And there's no chance for a Burnout upgrade. I kind of think we go to the right. We either get multi or quick, hopefully. Worst case, we get nothing, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe I just maybe I can even like a burnout upgrade might be fine. I think it's to the right. There's just way more expected value over here, and if I completely brick, so be it. You know, in a complete brick scenario, I'm just getting energy here anyway, which I don't think this deck vastly needs. So we'll go over here. Alright, we're off to a shitty start. 30 power. Yeah, these are useless. Well, let's hope that it's quicker multi. Alright, we will settle for the quick. I actually would have took burnout here if it was offered over the quick. But we're just going to put the Paraffin Enforcer in the late house. We'll do it now in case it's a ×5 event. And honestly, I will ×5 it if that's the case. It's overkill, but it's enough to like crush the early game here, and then eventually I can make it work with a Dripfall and stuff, maybe. Wax and Spike, it looks like. Usually you would want the Awoken Rail Spike, but not with what we got going on. I think typically I'm going to want to put Endless still on the... I don't know. Do I want Endless on the Sentient? Maybe not. Eventually I got enough healing that it dies, and then for Relentless, I probably want this unit. It's just going to do more damage in Relentless, so that's probably the one I want as Endless. I suppose it just depends on what we get at the start here. So we're not going to be spending gold, we're going to go Hellvent, Hellvent. I should keep the shards low for now. We can then buy both of these, because there is going to be space this fight for a drag. Hopefully we hit one of those. But I'll put any drag down. Alright, we start with this, so I think we do go Endless here. You know, I'll have enough heal. Okay, luckily we get that. Because it has the health, it survives that. Wow, that really dies, huh? No, that would have been a reason to put the Endless here. Fuck. How is that dying? Fucking 25 fucking damage? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, whatever. I think we'll still be fine, but that's definitely some bullshit. Are you really not going to get any of these three? You're really not going to get any of those three? Okay, well, you're Endless anyway, but it would have been nice to keep that Rage. Make this one Endless. This is actually fine. I can fit 3 dregs on here eventually. Amber Drain, sure. Alright, we finally get Burnout Extension. Go us. I am going to put 1 into Restore. Is that stupid? Probably is, but I'm just going to do it. How the hell is stuff surviving? Alright. Oops, I had space down here. Fuck me. Well, we'll get him. We'll get him next time. Might as well. Alright. You are dead. Biatch. That's for killing my champion. Alright, pip upgrade. It's also not paired with any caverns, so there's no chance to like reduce the whatever. Doubt we want Luckless Recruitment. I mean, there is some reason with Patient to have it, but considering we want to stay in Burnout, that seems bad, so this is just skip. And these are just pointless at this point. Let's see if this influences our decision at all. Yeah. I mean, this could be fine. Given that I'll have 3 of these banners on the same floor. One of them for sure can make endless. I'm just thinking of patient. Light Skiff is typically bad into patient, but I'll have Sentient on her own floor. She'll be endless. Then whatever unit is in the front, I'll make endless, and I'll keep the shards hopefully low enough. I can go right to 110 shards. If I keep it under 130, we won't have trample. I think I like the Light's Gift. Then again, is it that necessary? The Cheater's Hand's tough because like the only good, some of the only good artifacts I have would be like Sap Tap, and it completely nullifies that. There's some reasons to have it though. Like I may want to hold Wax and Spike or Hallowed Drippings until I have every unit down. That might be better than Light's Gift. I'm also quick on all my units, which makes Light's Gift pointless, doesn't it? It's pointless once I start killing them. So it probably is Cheater's Hand, and we just cry if we get Sap Tap. But Cheater's Hand has some application here. And first and foremost, we just got to get rid of these stewards. I really can't have them in the deck. We're good on the Stealth Bust because Votive Key will fucking wreck that, I think. And then we'll start Hellventing the units. I would love to actually flex Cultivating here, especially since I didn't get to take a draw upgrade. And my draw is somewhat gimped with Votive Key. Until I remove all the dregs, which I do want to do. Well, that means I'm not able to remove the restores and stuff. The reason to take Sentient is Scourgefell. You know, we're high on shards immediately. Even if we're going to end up close to 100, we're going to be at 100 before it fell, which is going to be actually really hard. And most of those are going to have 20 health. I don't think I can justify not taking this. It's just one of those decks where we're going to live with the fact that we have bad draw. That money is not useful to me coming up because I'm hitting that Hellvent. And it could be pretty annoying. They're going to have damage shield. But I'm quick, and I will have Endless on my guy. Party Boys, at least only one multi-strike. I use this just in case I need to, I guess. Definitely need Endless, though, on that. I'm gonna hold that, I guess. I will make you Endless. And we only have one, so we should just do this now. You're dying, so we'll save that for later. Doesn't look like we need this quite yet. Nobody here is hurt, but it doesn't really matter. Part of me wonders if the dregs are actually better than a third one here. I don't think so, but that's interesting to think about. I'm going to save this all the way till the boss, I suppose. Kind of need you to die here. No, we'll dripfall the boss, and then the conduit will die. That's what we probably want. Do we want that, though? We kind of want the conduit to live. I'm kind of debating just like, I could do this, and then this would die. Actually, no. What am I saying? I don't know. It's all a bit fucky. There's no spikes or anything, right? Alright, I guess we're using this here. Here, let's move you off. I guess we're taking 16. That kind of fucking sucks, but whatever. Okay, is there a way I can whiplash this? So 50, 50, 34. Yeah, there's just no way I can kill this with the current setup. So we'll do that anyway. Votive Key is fucking killing me, though. It's not doing me any favors in this fight. And we don't want to play that. I've already got 2 of these fucking units killing my draw, so... Oh, it still fucking died? Wait, how did that happen? Wait, what the fuck happened there? How did the fucking guy die? He's for sure should have killed the sentient. What the hell? Well, that sucks. It really sucks. We'll be fine, but that's some real bullshit right there. I guess I must have had a bunch of regen that I didn't know about. I don't know. Awake, probably not. Probably just nothing here, right? There could maybe be reasons to take the invigorating solution, but kind of highly doubt it. I just don't think this card is that good. It was great when it cost 0. It's not worth my like gold to make it cheap either. Especially if I'm not hitting these magics. Probably not hitting any magics. Engulfed in Smoke is certainly interesting. I think I like it. Wicked Blaze, doubtful. This card is just like nothing in the DLC. It was nice prior to the DLC. Vetivery, very unlikely that it's useful for me. But this is like an answer to a lot of things. Divinity, etc., etc. I'm going to take another one of these units. And I'm not that confident that it's the correct play, but it is the play I'm going to make. One second. Alright, so I could spend 10 shards here and go intrinsic. It's not horrible. Like if I just intrinsic like a wax and spike, but I don't know. I think given that we're already pretty rough spot, like the Scourge Fel has massive benefits from the amount of shards we already have. I think we just gotta get rid of these dregs. They are such a liability to me right now with a Votive Key, and I really do need to hit like stealth and stuff, especially if we fight stealth boss or even multi-strike boss. They're about the same problem. My Endless Sentient should do some work on them, but it's not going to be the end-all be-all. I don't think I need a spell chain. I think we're not going to go like 4 wide. I can't really do that without hitting a Cavern Nut draw. We're going to commit to 3 of these. We're going to commit to them being single strike. And then I have a Spike Sentient to help with stuff. But, you know, eventually they'll be the 3 big strikes that I need. But it's going to take them a while to get there. They do need their defense. They have to stay in play. They have to stay with Burnout. I can help them a little bit with Wicklash and Wax and Spike. I don't think I need a Spell Chain is what I'm getting at. But, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. See, this is a big reason why this combo sucks. It's like, the champ doesn't do that much. It's okay. The dregs are completely useless. The restores are relatively useless. It's very reliant on multi-strike, which we couldn't find. Maybe there's a multi-strike, but I just can't, with the map, commit to trying to hit those 50-50s past a certain point when I already have the early hell vents. And I have something that wants to have wide scaling. And it's something that will work, but like we lack removal so bad that like there just isn't a single target removal card here other than, you know, the Restoration Detonation that we passed on, and honestly it probably wouldn't be good enough anyway. Long story short, we got to keep our Pyre health high because we're going to need it come the final 2 fights. Not really the final. Patient actually is. We're lucky to face Patient with this deck, I would say. We probably won't leak on Patient, but Divinity, we're going to have some big leaks. Spell Shield's fine. We don't have any spell damage. It is Stealth Boss. You're endless. You're not, but you can have that. And you can have that. I don't want to keep replaying you if I can help it. We don't really need that. What we more need is this. So you have more damage. You will go there. Just gonna like never play this, I think, if I can help it. I'm gonna do this in the name of Stealth Boss. I'm gonna go all in on this here. That still isn't enough to kill that, huh? Well, I guess I should have spread my damage out a bit more. I don't want to make these endless. Maybe I should have played them, I don't know. Just didn't seem that useful. Man. 83, 83. I can kill this if I do that. I think we're fine here. Oh, that stealth should be eaten up. All right. Oh, useless, useless, useless. Do I take a Preserve Thorns? I may need it. I mean, I did complain that I kind of need removal, and it kind of is that. It helps with the draw. I guess we take it. Ain't great, though. Okay, that is honestly not that useful. It's too late for me to get it to any significant amount of damage. The Merchant of Magics kind of suck. I really have to hit these Vortexes. Granted, double Merchant of Trinkets is not great. But the Pyre health is actually kind of good here because I need it. I need full Pyre health in the final fight. Granted, I will get that if I just don't leak, but I'm probably for sure taking some damage on the Scourges here. I mean, Cheater's Hand will help a little bit with that, but not that much. I don't even know that the resin removal does much. It will remove my melee weakness. Is that worth it? Am I that worried about Patient? I don't know that I am. I'm pretty sure we're just losing the unit and replaying it. I don't really want to do that necessarily though, do I? I suppose we'll take resin removal. I feel like it's not going to be that useful though. If I were to hit a magic, this would be it. And honestly, if I don't hit a -2, which already is questionable given that it'll cost those shards, but then I kind of need to get that thing down in cost. Holdover could be good. Double stack could be okay. I'd probably double stack the Golden Smoke at this point. Though I could see reasons. I mean, how much burnout do I have here? Like, we're talking, you know, I start with 5. That's a lot. Then I get 10, 15, 19. And then the Wicklashes here and there. I don't think we need to help our burnout at all. Because it is like trinkets. It is, as I said, it's not that good of an artifact combo. I'm trying to think of which artifacts would help me. Root Split Mask would probably be amazing. I suppose Thorn Fruit would be alright. Sap Tap would be useless. Extra spike damage could be like something, but not that much. Extra rage on burnout loss would be good. I mean, I can still play this thing at 2. You know, past a certain point, the only cards I really want to play are Ingolden Smoke and Wicklash and Razor Sharp Edge, and I can use Cheater's Hand to iron that out. I think it is still this way. We really do need to get rid of these drags. As you can see, I just can't play them anymore. They're not doing anything for me. Is a Gnarl Root worth buying? I mean, it's not really. It's only working on Sentient, and it's a very minor amount. Alright, Brick City, yay. I guess we'll hit the final steal, so I mean, if I buy something, I don't know, maybe it's Precious Plating. Yeah, brickety brick is all I gotta say there. Get rid of that. Get rid of this one, I guess. I mean, I gotta get rid of these restores as well, so I got that Vortex there. I gotta wonder though, if I take the thing, do I just try here? I'm still only trying for multi-strike. There's really no benefit to anything else. I don't know. I don't even think it's worth it for me to buy it. Am I even hitting the final Hellvent now that I wonder about it? Because I'm like, do I have that good of Hellvents? Not really. I'm not Hellventing the unit again, am I? I mean, I guess I could, and I run one of them behind the Sentient. And make it endless. That doesn't seem that good, though. But is that the extra damage that I would need? You know, we're trying to find some extra damage here. The Sentient can take out the little dudes. But I need to kill 3 tanks. I need to kill mini-bosses. The mini-boss, I'm not going to have enough spikes to kill the unit in front of the mini-boss. So the mini-boss is going to be a problem. However, if I got an extra unit, I could kill the unit behind the mini-boss. It just sucks because I can't... At that point, I cannot keep that the other unit in play, most likely, unless I get maybe another Wax and Spike. There really are a lot of trinkets left in the pool that could solve this for me. I suppose in either case, I should just save my gold here. I highly doubt Pyrestone Housing is going to be that useful for me. even if I put the multi-strike on one of these and I'm able to Hellvent it, it's only it's only a 50-50 at multi-strike. I don't think we would hit this steel. Maybe the caverns though. I could get a micro stone. I believe it's still in the pool at the last ring there. Could get melee weakness. All of those would make me want to Hellvent the unit again and run with an extra unit. And then I definitely just need to make sure that the melee weakness ones go top floor and one of the non-melee weakness ones go on the sentient floor. I mean, if I do go that route, we should get the Pyrestone housing. There's two 50-50s at multi. I could even settle for a large stone, maybe. Large stone wouldn't be the worst. But we'd have to commit to, getting that. It's a lot of draws. I'm just going to take this. And then fight. I don't think we're going the steel route. I think that there's enough trinkets that should solve this problem for us. We just have to stop bricking on them. Alright, you will be endless for sure. You guys go there. We'll do that. This is a great example of why I need to have the second point into spikes here. Okay, put you there. Do that. Do I want to not Ember Drain, or do I probably don't want to Ember Drain. We got another big Scourge coming in. This regen is going to be a waste. Yeah, there's no way that I live here. Can I survive that hit? I need to do that, though, just so I kill that. I guess I could technically live here, but what's the point? Shouldn't I just let it die and then come back with more health? That seems better. Are you fucking kidding me? Man, what the hell is that? I guess I should have tried to, I didn't think, man, we are in a rough spot. Seeing that, I'm like, shit, man, I might be fucked. Okay, now I'm doing it. I must have just been under the threshold, but man, that ain't great. I can just keep throwing that one back. So you go there. We're gonna be fine doing that. Definitely want to stack all of that. I do wonder if maybe playing this is good at this point, but maybe not, maybe not. We'd be trying to redraw the stealth, essentially. Is it worth it for me to even put the Sentient down here and kill my draw? We don't need the Dripfall because we're already stealthed. 20 by 2 is just so fucked. You know, I'm only doing a very minor amount of damage. I think we don't want to kill our draw. Alright, we win this fight, but wasn't pretty. I'm worried. I'm definitely worried. We have to hit some trinkets here. Intrinsic Channel Song could be something. I can make it work pretty well with Cheater's Hand in any case. The other option is a Formless Child and use that. I don't think so. I think it's definitely worth to try here on the Channel Song. There's reasons to also take Ember there, but I think we can get Ember. There's a lot of trinkets that could help us with Ember, let's put it that way. I really don't think we need Combustible Wax, except, you see, unfortunately, yep, it would have been pretty good. But it's untakeable here, and Lightstone Casing is untakeable. The thing is, if I buy Combustible Wax, I can't get whatever comes. Combustible Wax just isn't that needed. Okay, this is pretty good. And honestly, I might buy that. I'm trying to think how relevant it would be. Because I get, what, 40 spikes here, right? So I could do 80 damage. That's also something. I think we just found what we needed. And now I don't need another unit. So I can take that comfortably. And I may never need to, you know, do anything more there. Now we start getting rid of restores. I'm feeling a lot better after that trinkets. Those weren't really the ones I was looking for, but they'll do. They'll certainly do. Sentient's going to put in some real big work here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't really know if this is that worth. See, this is how I use Channel Song. I'm actually going to put this one in front to get around the problem that we keep running into. Let's do that. You're dead, but you're killing them all, so we don't care. I could bring the Dripfall down. It's probably just not really going to happen. I don't know. I guess we could. I think there are reasons to try it. Yeah, let's do that. I kind of probably might want that money, so... One, two... 3... Alright, that kills that. We got our money. I gotta say, Spike Sentient definitely putting in pretty good work this run. I need to keep track of what we think the burnout will look like. We definitely don't want to run into a situation where like burnout becomes an issue. But my final Hellvent might go on Wax and Spike because of that. I don't know. I was gonna think maybe Engulfed in Smoke, but I do kind of wonder about that. That's living armor, so we don't really need to be worried about much here. Probably not worth it for me to play this. Alright. Almost certainly a skip, I would think. Alright. They're going to be hard to... Memento Mori just costs too much. And I don't have anything dying. But definitely the second of those makes me feel a bit better. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what's better here. Usually you want to go to the Hellvent side, but we know that Pyrostone Housing's out of the pool. Hellventing the unit's not that... is probably just not happening here. If I go left, I can make things cheaper, easier to play, and maybe get my burnout problem solved. And I get to remove more of these restores. I think the left is the answer, actually. Hellvent's no longer like that good. Plus the health is actually wanted here. Okay, that could be some extra damage, but not really. Our consumables may not hit a unit, but this is definitely happening. Boom, baby. Huge pickup. Alright, the double stack. What do we got for the temple? Do I have a -2? No. I think we stay right at 100 then. I don't think Intrinsic's worth it here. I mean, it could be okay on Channel Song, I suppose. Is it worth it to go to 110 for Channel Song? Maybe. Let's roll this, see what we got. Okay. Liquor maybe is pretty good here. Is it? Yeah, I think the liquor's really good here. Granted, you know, I'm only playing stuff so often, but in the final fight I'll be playing Sentient nearly every turn. If not every turn. I think that's definitely worth buying. Now if I zero cost enough things here, let's see. So this just gets rid of these. We don't want them. Granted, you know, I want some heals, but I could 30 that in Graft for 15 shards. I kind of want to intrinsic the Channel Song though. And I don't need to make it cheaper. I think I just need to make one of these 0. That way the other one can get down to 0 often. Also, I think I'm going to double stack like this one probably because I can play it for 0. I suppose I'm not re-rolling then. In that case, let's just do that. So I'm doing the heals, so because I am going to get damaged here and there on my top floor, and I do want to re-heal them. Oh man, I don't know if I can do that though. So I definitely want to intrinsic this, but if I do 15 here, I am still under trample. I think I do it. I think I'm gonna want that heal. I hope that wasn't a waste of shards. I guess we'll find out. I'm not 1,000,000% confident in this fight, but I think we've gotten a plan that can work. In this fight, I'm confident. I'm not confident in the final fight. I want you endless. Alright, you go there. And this will be free. And Ember Drain gone. You will be endless. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually don't care about Endless because we've got so much stealth and I can remove melee weakness, so we're good there. I may want to hold that in case I don't get stealth, which is actually pretty likely that I don't. Do I want you to live? I think so. That way I can burn that. I think I want to burn that too. One, two. Buckle my shoe. I think we throw that one then. Do that. You're living. I guess we just do this. What the fuck? Go to the bottom floor, bitch. What the fuck are you doing? Alright, this one costs a bit. Alright, we want to let that die here, I think. I don't think there's any way it would I mean, I could stealth it if I really want to, but I'm pretty sure no matter what, since he just got off the middle, he's coming back to the top no matter what, so I'm, you know, that's just whatever. Heal it, I guess, just to, I don't know, that was pointless. That was pretty pointless, yeah. Could have drip falled there. I guess, man, I am not killing here. That is concerning. That is concerning. How are my motherfuckers so weak? I can play that this turn, right? 3. It's this middle one I need to put more damage on. I need to remember that. I can't just put all the damage on the one in the back. I need to be careful, I think, with how many things I do there. We just need to make sure that we stack stealth up here and we're fine. At this point, though, we definitely just put all the damage on the back. Probably don't play this anymore. This is fine. We'll just double stealth here and that should be a victory. Alright, so we got them, but I am worried about the final fight. I am worried. I thought we'd have enough to do enough damage there. I need to spread the damage more. That's essentially what it comes down to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want this next turn. You're endless. I guess none of these are going to be endless, but that's okay. Let's put the one with the most damage and most health up front. Do that. Heal you, and I guess we're doing this. At least I'm definitely getting my rage scaling faster this way. Alright, we definitely do that. I need your health to be more. Let's get the middle one with some damage here. Alright, this is fine. As long as I'm killing that. We are giving them armor, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. What are you going to do? I want that. I'm going to save that. 99 damage there. I think I need to play this to get 4 to everybody. I can play everything here, so 1. Oh, they already lost their stuff. I don't know, incanting that's questionable. Yeah, we're gonna have our moments of truth coming up. Fucking, this ain't good. This ain't fucking good. 180 health. You could be taking a bath though. Alright, Dripfall will be critical here. Let's move that big one off, I guess. I can get you to enough, right? As long as this guy doesn't come up and blast us. Oh, I didn't play the fucking Sting. God damn it. Just gonna assume that the Sting should go there. What are we looking at here? 194. I need you to be able to at least kill the 200 health unit next turn. We're gonna need Dripfall again. So they kill. As long as we don't leak, we're gonna have pretty good damage. I need you to kill that unit, so you need the health. I'm gonna need the stealth here. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Obviously we don't want that. Hmm. 241 kills. So we one-shot all of them. I am worried for Relentless here. We definitely want to do that. Now, do I want to kill the Scourge Shufflers, or... I guess putting it here doesn't do anything, right? 1 second. Yeah, so this does 80, it won't kill that, which makes it irrelevant. So we might as well kill the Scourges. We can do that. Takes off the spikes. That does help a bit. We should put some damage there. Do this, I guess, just to get more draw. We might have this, that mini boss. If I can drip fall it, probably helps a lot. Oh, I got the X. That is great to see. Let's go ahead and do this anyway. I was worried, but turns out... Now I'll give this. I'll give this to the OP. The other run they submitted, which I probably want uploaded, wasn't really cursed, but I would consider this one pretty cursed. At least with what was there. Like, the line to victory was quite narrow. But, yeah, I am satisfied with that win, so we'll take it. Honestly, a pretty fun run. Even though it was pretty hard. It was fun in the sense that it forced us to think a lot. That's not always the case with Monster Train. It's not always the case with Monster Train. But we definitely had to do a lot of decision making on this one. So, Spike Sentient definitely did her work in this run, and I'm very glad that we took the votive key. Without the votive key, I don't think we make it through this run. I'm also decently glad I took Cheater's Hand. I don't know that it was like super relevant. It did allow us to get some initial scaling with the channel song. I don't know how powerful this was ultimately, but it was something. You know, we needed every little bit we could get on this run. Keep in mind, there were some of those turns we were killing the tanks barely, you know, just enough. And then, you know, as I said, we had to hit those trinkets. I think the expected value was higher. Basically, we visited 3 trinket shops in a row to try to find help, and we got the help. You know, we got the help with delaying the top row. We got the help with the extra damage on our Spike Sentient, which I think was pretty relevant. This had to have been relevant. I don't think we scale fast enough without it, and the liquor helped with things. But really, it's these 3 here that I think were the big pickups. And I took the extra health in case we needed it. We didn't end up needing it, but we may have. You know, if we didn't hit the drip falls in the right turns. And every card was pretty good. Still not sure if the big health and the engraft was worth it. It definitely made it so I didn't have to redraw sometimes. So I think it was worth it. Dripfall put in a ton of work at the end. It didn't do much in the other fights, but it certainly was an MVP of that last fight. And Engulfed in Smoke was massive. We needed that to survive. Perhaps the Wildwood Sap wasn't that amazing, but it was okay. And then, yeah, we had the little bit of extra scaling from Wicklash and Razor Sharp Edge. I like that one. Let's take a look at what the OP did. So I got spikes, I like it. They got the votive key, I like it. See, I don't like this though. So there was another option here. If I didn't commit to my Lady of the House play, there was a later Shattered Shell that I could have held out on. I still maintain that what I did was necessary given the map. So I'm trying to think back. There was a temple on Ring 3, but there was not one on Ring 4. And there was Hellvent's Ring 4 and 5. And the unit drop where you find Paraffin Enforcer was the Ring 2 reward. It was up against the Shattered Shell. And I think, to be fair, they took the Paraffin Enforcer, so I think that's correct. And they merged it into the Lady House, which I think is correct. But maybe there was a melee weakness on this run, so one of those caverns was good. We didn't get to hit that. That would have helped a bit, but I guess my thing here is like, why are we putting Endless on it when Votive Key exists? You could have put like, I don't know. So there's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. So Shattered Shell is a pretty good one to fuse with Paraffin Enforcer, but I think given the map, it just wasn't realistic that you were going to end up with that, and that's so I get why there's no Paraffin Enforcer into the shell. I guess my question kind of at some point is like, why? I guess you can take the shell, but it would have been nice to get some health on it, right? Instead of the Endless. The Endless isn't doing too good. You kind of want to get probably some burnout on it as well. You know, I guess the shell is another way to do this. You give up scaling. You're going to scale less because you're only going to have this unit striking once to give you rage. You also have to hit the Wicklash or Wax and Spike to give this the initial burnout. I mean, another option here is you could put like a burnout 1 upgrade on it if one was available. You never know. Yeah, I don't like the Glimmer, I think, with the Spike Ascension. You know what, though? It's probably fine. This would have been a way to survive had we not found Stealth. And it would have been some extra damage. I suppose I don't hate it, even though I find it somewhat redundant with a Spike Ascension. It's tough, though, with the shell. I feel like when you already got the Glimmer and the Spike Ascension, like, the shell doesn't have that much benefit over just simply doing what the initial plan I had to imagine was, which would have been Hellventing this thing twice. I mean, I guess maybe I'll put it another way. I wouldn't have put the Paraffin Enforcer into this on Ring 3, which I assume is what happened here, if I wasn't committing to Hellventing. And seeing the shell in the Daedalus reward draft wouldn't be enough for me to pivot out of that, because it just isn't strong enough. Especially when they did not take the... keep in mind, they also did not take the Razor Sharp Edge. So there's even less scaling for this. There is the Wicklashes, of course, but... yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know. It's like you got the Votive Key, you got the Endless here, and you got the Remnant Pack. That's just like too much. I gotta say though, the caverns that we didn't hit had some stuff. You know, they had some melee weakness. They had some old magic. Who knows what all the options here were? I feel like there's probably a better old magic they could have made, and it looks like they spent a Hellvent on it. Like, I don't know. This seems a bit unnecessary. Another thing here is, like, without the health, you can't go top floor, so you're having to go like mid floor. Yeah, I just don't. I think this is a big mistake here. The Shattered Shell with Endless on it. You could have made it work, but not with 10 health. They got the Engulfed Smoke. I don't like the Wickless recruitment. I think it, yeah, and there's no Wax and Spike, it looks like. So it's like, oh, there is a Wax and Spike, and it has a consumer move. So the Sacrificial Res. I don't like this either. Unless the plan was just to thin out the deck, but... yeah, I think they're kind of just hurting themselves here in a lot of ways. You know, you're spending a lot of gold on this Endless upgrade to actually downgrade the unit. Simply 25 health would have been better, or a Quick. Maybe Quick isn't that good because Sentient's killing all the small units anyway, but my thinking is like you're trying to get that Slay. The Slay can be relevant. Also, like the Hellvents were put on stuff like Old Magic, and I'm not sure how useful that is. I guess maybe they still want to go top and they want to sap Divinity, but in that case, why not use that last intrinsic on it, right? I mean, we can see something here, 0% boss damage, so it looks like they tried to go top and could never get Shattered Shell down, is my guess. I think 110 Is that 9 or 10 attack on Divinity? I think it's 10 attack. So again, like just going back to that, it's like it looks like they really want to commit to going taunt, but they can't do it because of the Shattered Shell. I think they would have been fine. They could have gone the same route they went, probably. I mean, they still would have had to go to Hellvent, though, if they didn't do the shell. Yeah, I think they could go the shell and win this run because there's enough nuts found. I think you take a different thing than this old magic. I assume there had to have been some sort of offensive scaling. Plus 10 attack, rage, or both would have been nice. Granted, it doesn't look like that was available because it's Descend and gold, so maybe there was no scaling offered. In that case, SAP 3 I guess is fine. I wouldn't have took the gold probably though. I probably would have took draw. I know draw had to have been offered unless it was pip. I guess if it was pip, then sure, I'll take the 20 gold. Either way, this is not the card I'm hellventing. It doesn't look like that strong of a card to me. But like if I'm hellventing something, I don't know. I think at some point I still would take a pip upgrade and maybe try to get 2 Lady of the Houses to pair with the shell. Just get an extra 3 rage every turn to it, which is an extra 6 damage every turn. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But, they made it to Last Divinity on a very cursed seed with a pretty rough deck that's still, like, pretty good. This is a seed that will take 95% of players out in a general sense. Like, if this seed makes, like, the front page here, or the front page, like, where is it? On here, I guarantee you almost everybody dies on it. Just knowing how, I usually I'll play like 1 or 2 of these seeds at night. And a lot of time sometimes in the most difficult, you'll get some that aren't mutated, like that one. And I, just knowing the average player that I see attempting these, I guarantee you this one, most of the players are going to die on. It's a very tough seed. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.